Yes, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here at Misano for the race at DTM. My name is Misano in the commentary box today, and yes, DTM's only night race on the calendar here at the Misano World Circuit. It is quite spectacular to see these DTM cars at night, especially with those big headlights as well, lighting up the circuit. But yeah, before we get underway with qualifying, then let's go through the track then. So the Misano World Circuit Marco Simontelli, as it is called, located near the town of Misano Adriatico in Italy. Obviously, this circuit mainly hosts motorcycle racing, so we see MotoGP come here, and it also formerly hosted stuff like the Italian Motorcycle Grand Prix, the San Marino Motorcycle Grand Prix. But yeah, it's not just motorcycle racing that comes here. I did also forget to mention World Superbikes, but GT World Challenge comes here, and even European truck racing. Yes, there is actually a truck racing championship, and they race at the circuit. And then you think back to some other racing categories that are raced here. Obviously, we've seen open wheel races as well, the W Series and the Formula 3 European Championship before that went defunct in 2019. And then TCR and Formula Renault. But DTM has never raced here at... No, I'm joking. DTM has raced here. I'm looking at Wikipedia, and they haven't listed DTM, so my apologies. And we actually have, so let's go through the circuit then. So this circuit first opened in 1972. The circuit has a spectator capacity of 60,000. And it is 4.226 kilometers, this layout that we are racing at, with 16 turns, and a race lap record in these cars, or the race lap record in a DTM car, is a 1:27.291 set by Robin Freins in 2019. So could we see some similar times being set today? Let's see, as this is the first man on his qualifying lap at the moment, Jakob Horlacher, who's going to round the final corner. I believe that is Albert Chowdhury. And I must say, this circuit looks spectacular at night. It really does. And with the DTM cars going through it, it looks even better in my opinion. So I think we're going to be in for a pretty good treat today, as it's Erkki Nytt who went fastest there. Horlacher not setting a very competitive lap time, as it is Nilo Alcide, the man from Finland, in his second race for DTM, goes fastest. He had a pretty good debut last time out at where was it again? It was at Assen. Yeah, right. Yeah, he had a pretty good debut race at Assen, in my opinion. I mean, he scored some good points, and now he is fastest actually, as Huang Minh Nguyen goes P2. So let's see if Nilo is able to keep that provisional pole, though only 9 drivers set a lap time. As Bironos Lokidelis up into P2, he finished P18, last out of all finishers in the last 2 rounds. So we'll see if Lokidelis is able to improve, as Zeran Kaya steals the provisional pole from Alcide. He goes fastest in the Audi, as Noah Clifton goes into P3. So yeah, this circuit is pretty interesting actually, as Ankaya looks to be on an improvement here, as Henry J. Brown goes P11. Here's Alois Braunau heading through Sector 1. I don't know why the track map isn't up, but I just realized that there's no track map. As David Kupok goes P3, Thinjatron Konkum goes up to P8, as Nicholas Anderson is the final person to set a lap time. He goes P10. So those are all the 18 times on the board then, and it is Zed Ankaya once again on provisional pole in DTM, with Nilo Alcide in P2 and Eric Adelberg, who was just able to improve. He is P3. as Loki Delis has been knocked down to P8 now, so the driver from Greece is looking to improve as he goes around the final corner, turn 16, Misano as it's called, and across the line, and it is an improvement. He goes P8, but that's P9 as Aaron Curtis there just behind him goes P6. So a pretty good lap from the Irishman. He's just 1/100th of a second off as Ankaya improves on his lap. Clarkson Vidal goes P3 as Alois Braunau goes P4. Knocks down Adelberg and Kupok to P5 and P6. Noah Clifton does an improvement as well, but he stays in P7. But it is Zed Ankaya from the Philippines, who is P1, but championship leader Remus McGregor P16, so that is not good for the Scottish driver because he is in risk. He's in great risk of not scoring points today. Meanwhile, his championship rivals Ankaya and Loki Delis on or in the points. Ankaya in pole, obviously, at the moment. And I think, if everything finishes as they qualify at the moment, Ankaya will take the championship fight. Speaking of the championship fight, it is a close one. It's McGregor who leads in the championship standings with 44 points for Team RMR. Then it's Ankaya on 41 points. Then it's Eric Adelberg on 40 points. And then it is Bironas Okidelis on 37 points. And then we have Noah Clifton and Eric Nitt both tied on 30. So it is a very, very close championship at the moment here in DTM. And I think anyone could take it as we do have, 2 rounds left? Yeah, after this race, it's only 2 rounds left of the championship, which is at the Norris Ring, and then the final race at the Hockenheim Ring. So I think it is going to be quite an exciting final 2 rounds to see who's going to be able to conquer the German Touring Car Championship. Someone just called me there, I don't know why. But as we were talking about that, Huang Min Nguyen has actually gone fastest by I think that is almost 1/10 of a second. Yes, it is. That is a great lap from Huang Min Nguyen. He has not performed very well in qualifying in DTM, and now he is on provisional pole. So good stuff from the former Formula E driver. Obviously, he's the only man in the DTM field to have prior experience in another category. So he is on provisional pole now, Nguyen. As he's going to cross the line here actually once again. Let's see if he's able to improve, as he actually does. But it's by about 0.05 of a second. Either way, an improvement is still an improvement. Zedan Kaya, though, he's going to want to take back that pole position as he rounds turn 16. Let's see if the Filipino driver is able to improve in the Audi Sport Team Phoenix car as it crosses the line. And it is no improvement for Zedan Kaya. He's 2/10 off. But it is an improvement for Alois Braunau as the German goes P3. So Braunau is setting a lot of improvements here as he is P3 now. Remus McGregor P16 for him. It's gotta be quite disappointing as he heads through is that turn I don't know, is that turn 10? I think that might be. Without a track map, it gets pretty hard to see what corners are which. But McGregor then is going to want to finish in the points as Jacopo Horlacher, who has not finished in the points in DTM, goes P5. So good stuff from Horlacher as he looks to be in a pretty good spot to score some points for the first time in his ACOC career. Obviously, the 2 other cars to not have scored points are Nilo Alcide and Michael Sheeran. Obviously, Sheeran doesn't compete in DTM anymore, he's retired. And Alcide is just in his second race at the moment, and he's at P6 as Huang Min Nguyen sets on yet another improvement, goes 1/10 faster than Ankaya at the moment. McGregor, he can only manage P12, so he goes into P12. That's P13 as Mason Wincup For Mercedes AMG Team Silberfile goes P8. So that is him in 8th place, just behind Thunjatan Konkum in P7. Noah Clifton then in P11. I thought he was actually the points, but he isn't. But he is up on the pole lap at the moment by almost 200ths of a second here, as he heads through the right-hander. I don't know these corner names. I'm sorry. It's even more difficult with the track map off. But yeah, we're gonna see Noah Clifton then as he comes through the final corners. Okay, he's into the pits actually. I don't know why. ACAI logic, I guess. As Eric Adelberg is starting his lap time in the BMW Team RMG car. I think it is the RMG car. Yes, it is. So I was right on that one. As Adelberg is actually up on Nguyen's lap time as well. So I think Hwang Min Nguyen must have had a pretty... how would you phrase this? I think he had a pretty lackluster Sector 1, but I think he had better Sector 2 and 3, so I think that's maybe why we're seeing so many improvements in Sector 1 up on the pole lap, as we have a new pole sitter, and it is Mason Whincup from Australia. What a lap from Mason Whincup, and that is him taking provisional pole away from Hwang Min Nguyen, so that is a pretty big development, and yeah, that is a major development in qualifying, as it is a Mercedes 1-2 at the moment, but it hasn't lasted. It's a Mercedes 1-2-3 as Abrar Chowdhury takes provisional pole. Who would have expected that? As the man from Pakistan, Abrar Chowdhury, has taken provisional pole, but let's see if Eric Adelberg is able to dethrone Chowdhury now, as he crosses the line. He can only manage P2. It's Chowdhury who remains on provisional pole. Adelberg a 10th off Chowdhury, who is in the Team Remus car. So that is, yeah, the number 3 Mercedes AMG Team Remus car of Abrar Chowdhury, who takes provisional pole here at Misano with 7 minutes remaining. You see Anderson as he crosses the line. The man in P18 can't improve. Bironas Lukadelis then, the teammate to Mason Whincup, is in P3 at the moment. Can he match his Australian teammate? As he goes down the start-finish straight, crosses the line, goes P10. So the Greek driver is into the points, but that seems like the extent of what he can manage. Horlacher has Thunjatan Konkum as he's on his inside of the Thai driver. Actually, is he going to get past here? As he actually did. What a nice move from Horlacher here. As Konkum's, yeah, he's definitely not going to improve on this lap. If it is a flying lap, I actually think it might have been an out lap, judging by the graphic at the bottom left. Eric Adelberg then looking to dethrone Chowdhury of that pole position as he's into the pit lane. But yeah, it is it was, should I say, all Mercedes top 3. So it is Mercedes first, third, and fourth, with Adelberg just splitting the 3 Mercs in P2. And then Ankaya in the Audi in P5. P6 as Erki Nytt goes P5. I believe that he is in the Mercedes as well, isn't he? I think he is. Yes, I think we've had an improvement. And yeah, that was Mason Whincup? No, who improved? That was someone into P4. Was that Hwang Min Nguyen, maybe? I think it might have been. As we see yet another improvement, it's Bironas Lukadelis, who goes up into P4. So that is a good lap time from Lukadelis, as he is just 1/10 off, or 1/100th of his teammate, as Zedan Kaya goes up into the front row. 1/1000th of a second of Abrar Chowdhury for pole position. Now those are incredibly close margins for pole position, and Kaya just missing out by a 1,000th of a second. Now that really goes to show how close the gaps in DTM are. Brownell then in the middle sector is 500th of a second of Chowdhury. Now this could be determining for pole position here. As we're going to see Chowdhury as he heads through Sector 3. Clifton sets an improvement. He stays P13. As we see Chowdhury heading through the final corners. On to turn 16, Misano. Will it be an improvement for the German, number 47, in the BMW Team RNG cars? He crosses line. It is only P3 for Brown now. He can't manage more as he's only 1/100th of a second of Chowdhury. The entire top three are only separated by thousandths, or hundredths actually. And here's Noah Clifton, then a teammate to Brown now in P13 at the moment. It's P14 as Aaron Curtis, the Irishman, goes P4, puts himself on the second row alongside Alois Brownell in P3. But can anyone challenge Abrar Chowdhury, who's on provisional pole at the moment, as Bironos Lokidelis sets an improvement, stays P7. 3 minutes remaining in qualifying then. Things are heating up. Here's David Kukoc then in P15. For Audi, is the German able to improve as he heads down the backstretch onto turn 8, Quercia as it's called. The left-hander. Pretty good overtaking spot actually as he heads through turns 9 and 10. Tramonto, as we have an improvement. Huang Min Nguyen is back onto pole position by 1/10 of a second. And that is Huang Min Nguyen reclaiming pole position here at Misano. Let's see if anyone's able to challenge that. That was Alois Brown now. We're going to see as he crosses the line. And he can't improve. He does improve, but he stays P4. But that is Huang Min Nguyen who takes pole from Abrar Chowdhury. So Nguyen really isn't playing around today, as he takes provisional pole from Abrar Chowdhury and Zed Ankaya in P3. But we've got 2 minutes remaining now. Things are really heating up here in qualifying. Let's see David Kukoc as he crosses the line. Where will he go? He doesn't improve. Let's see Loki Delis in the background. He crosses the line. Can't improve either. As here is Zed Ankaya. Then about a 10th off. So it does not look to be an improvement for the Filipino in the Audi Team Phoenix. And I think he's got Clarkson Vidal behind him. Vidal in the Team RBM car alongside Alois Brownau. As Vidal is going to want to get ahead of the Audi Sport Team Phoenix car of Zed Ankaya. As he's not really setting any improvements at the moment. I don't think Brownau is either. They've got someone else there behind him as well. I don't know who that is. As that is actually Brownell. So the two BMW Team RBM cars, both together here in qualifying. So we'll see as they all three cross the line. No improvements for the trio. As we've got about 1 minute remaining in qualifying. Huang Min Nguyen is satisfied with his lap time. He's into the pit, so he's not going out again. Curtis, Winkup, and Nit are into the pit as well, so they will not be going out again. And Kaya, though, in the first sector, a 100th of a second off Nguyen. As I think it could be an improvement from Kaya. He's up on his personal best, but he's not up on the pole time. As here's Eric Adelberg. He crossed the line. It's no improvement, but he has got another lap in to do. Or it could be an in-lap. Either way, we'll see if the Swiss driver is still going to push. Here's Noah Clifton in P12 in the Shell liveried BMW Team RMG car. It's a very nice livery, that one, I have to admit. As Noah Clifton rounds the final corner, Misano. Let's see if Clifton is able to improve, as he's going to be the first car to cross the line. No, that's Nidal Cedar who goes P10. He's the first car to cross the line. Clifton is the second one, as the checkered flag is now waving. And Kaya next to cross the line. Let's see if it will be pole for the Filipino driver, as he only has 1 corner to go. What will it be for Zed Ankaya as he crosses the line? And it is only P2 for Ankaya. as the two RBM cars cross the line. Brownell and Adelberg, that was. Neither of them able to improve. Jakob Horlacher, though, into P8. So good lap time from the Swiss driver. Has waited for 3 cars to cross the line. Has Nguyen done it here at Misano, here in qualifying? As the Newton Kong comes across the line, he doesn't improve. Nicholas Anderson's next to cross the line. Let's see where Anderson goes in the number 33 Audi, as he only has turn 16 to go. Let's see what it will be for the American, the lone American in DTM now. As he crosses the line, it's P8 for Anderson, but it's gonna be Hoang Minh Nguyen from Vietnam who's on pole here at Misano. So let's go through the starting grid then before lights out here at the Misano World Circuit. It is Hoang Minh Nguyen, former Formula E driver, on pole position, with Zed Ankayan looking very good to retake the championship lead in P2. Abrar Chowdhury, highest qualifying position for the Pakistani driver, P3, with Alois Brownau in P4. Aaron Curtis is P6 with Henry J. Brown. Good qualifying from him in P6. Eric Adelberg is P7 with Nicholas Anderson in P8. Then it's Jakob Horlacher for Team Remus in P9. And Mason Wincup, the Australian, in P10. Bjornas Lokidell is just outside the points in P11. Behind him is the man in his second DTM race, Nilo Alcide, P12. Erkin Nytt is P13, the Estonian, with Clarkson Vidal in P14. Noah Clifton is P15 with Thunyathan Konkum in P16. And the final 2 cars on the grid are championship leader Remus McGregor and then David Kupok. So let's get on the way with the racing, shall we? It is Hoang Minh Nguyen on pole position, but can Ankaya do anything off the line as we have 6 lights? And we're on our way at Misano. Nguyen with a very good start. Ankaya, I think he's already been compromised off the line by Chowdhury. Is Chowdhury going to try on the inside of the Filipino driver? As I think he does. No, he backs out of it. But Nguyen has a pretty sizable lead, as I think Brownau is trying it on Chowdhury now. As Curtis has to defend from Henry J. Brown, who's already alongside the Irishman. There's Henry J. Brown on the inside of Curtis. He's looking to get Brown on there. Oh, he has to actually back off there to avoid hitting the German. So Brown up into P5 then, but it is Hoang Minh Nguyen who leads from Ankaya, Chowdhury, Brownell, and Brown. As Eric Nytt and Clarkson Vidal are going side by side. I think there's a battle there in the back as well. Yeah, there's Vidal. And Nilo Alcide. Alcide has fallen down 2 positions at the start. Loki Delis is into the points, but McGregor is down to last as David Kupok's overtaken him. Here's Alcide though round the outside of Vidal, as Vidal just holding on there on the inside. They've got Eric Nytt there just ahead, so might he get involved? Might he get involved in this battle as well, as Alcide tries to hold it off on the outside? But I think it is Vidal who remains on the inside, as Alcide is still trying to get Clarkson Vidal then, the Irishman, as everyone is quite bunched up there. There's Clifton. Actually McGregor who went on Clifton, so McGregor's up 2 positions there. Kupok and Clifton. I think something's happened to Noah Clifton, as Kupok is trying it in the final corner. Clifton goes wide. There's Kupok there on the inside, but he switches, or on the outside that was, as he switches to the inside now. Late on the brakes for David Kupok, as I think he's going to have to back out of that. Clifton still leaves space, as it's Kupok on the inside now of Noah Clifton, as they go side by side into the braking zone. Clifton later on the brakes, but Kupok with the better traction, and he is ahead. Or is he? Clifton still on the inside. This battle rages on for P17. Side by side now, I think Kupok is ahead. Clifton switched to the outside, as I think he tried to switch to the inside again, tried to play the dummy on David Kupok, but it has not worked, and as a result Kupok is up into P17. But it is Hoang Minh Nguyen at the lead now, who leads by a second. So that is very impressive for Nguyen. He's had a pretty good start, as Henry J. Brown is still looking to get Alois Brown now for P4. At any moment given, Brown is gonna strike. at the German in the BMW, as there's a bit of a look on the outside, or maybe did it go wide there actually, I don't know. Either way, that's allowed Aaron Curtis in the Audi to catch up. So it is a three-way battle for P3 here at the moment. As we're on to lap 3 of 16, Hwang Min Nguyen has set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:31.573. As here's Aaron Curtis, currently the closest gap in the field at the moment. Curtis to Brown. I was almost going to say Alex Broster there because they have the same initials. That is Henry J. Brown, who is also trying to get Alois Brownau here for P3. Brownau looks to be losing time on Chowdhury, and Chowdhury looks to be losing time on Nguyen. So Brown has pretty good pace here. Could he be in for a podium if he is able to get past Alois Brownau? Only time will tell. As Nguyen has extended his advantage over at the lead. It's 1.2 now, so Ankaya seems to be losing time on Nguyen, but he is going to still take the championship lead with this race. As they head through turn 11 there, onto turns 12 and 13, and then turn 14 Carro, as Henry J. Brown goes wide again. I think he's just trying to maybe force Brownau into a mistake. Either way, he's losing time doing that, because Aaron Curtis is catching up as they head through the final corner. Turn 16, Misano, named after the city in which the circuit is named after. As Henry J. Brown still trying to catch Alois Brownau, but he's not able to. Mason Wincup is trying to get Eric Adelberg for P7, but it is not working. I don't know, Wincup started I think P10. Could we get the position gain graph up? Yeah, here we are. And he did start P10, so what's right on that? Wincup up 2 positions from the start. McGregor is up 1. Concom's up 1. Q-Pox up 1 as well. Clifton is down 3, so horrible start for Noah Clifton. Alcide is down 2. Curtis is down 1, as Henry J. Brown was able to overtake him on the start. And everyone in the top 4 has held station, and Adelberg has remained in P7. So those are the position gains after lap 1 then. As Henry J. Brown is still trying to get Alois Brownau here. As the field is still relatively bunched up. It's only at the front and the back where gaps are starting to form. Either way, everyone is quite tightly packed here at the moment, as Henry J. Brown's closing in on Brownau. I thought I was going to try the move into turn 1 there, but I think he backed out of that. So they head into turn 3, Variante del Parco as it's called, and then into turn 4, the braking zone, the right-hander Rio, then through turns 5 and 6. Through turn 8. This is actually turn 8, not turn 7. For some reason, the straight on after turn 6 counts as a corner. I think it has like a slight angle to it, but for some reason that counts as a corner. I don't know why, but it is turn 7 officially. So yeah, Quercia is turn 8. Henry J. Brown all over the back of Brown, trying to pressure him into making the mistake, as he goes wide once again. I don't know why he always goes wide into that corner, but yeah, either way, he's losing time doing that. As Brownau is fading away even more from Albert Chowdhury, 2.5 seconds to the Pakistani driver. as we have a bit of a train forming here. Look at that. All of these group of cars tightly packed together as Erkin Nytt is trying to get past Jakob Horlacher, who fell out of the points after he got overtaken by Bruno Sopidelis for P10. Here's Vidal then in P13 as Erkin Nytt is P12 as we go back to the battle between Henry J. Brown and Alois Braunau. As you can see, I think actually the reason why the field, look at that, the reason why the field are so tightly packed together, look, it's like they're going in an orderly line or something, because everyone is just stuck behind Alois Brown now. Yeah, wow, that is definitely something. As I think, is that a move in the background? I think I saw something. No, I think it might have been yeah, because I think I saw someone going side by side with each other, but I think that's not the case. Here's Jakob Horlacher then, just barely outside of the points, which has got to be frustrating for the Swiss driver. He scored 0 points in DTM. We once again see Henry J. Brown trying to chase down Alois Braunau. Braunau doing well and keeping his cool in P4 at the moment, as Aaron Curtis is behind there as well. But Brown remains patient as well. He's waiting for the opportunity to make the move and get past. Brown then, is he looking to try the move there? No, he isn't. I thought he was going to try the move actually. Not into these high speed corners. I thought he was actually having a look on the outside there, but Brown now playing it smart, defending on the outside as Brown's gone wide again. As Curtis is waiting for the time to strike on Brown if he makes a mistake, but Erik Adelberg is all over the back of Aaron Curtis here, so yeah. Bruno Sopidelis as well, trying to get that one extra point, as he's trying to get Nicholas Anderson for P9. So let's see if the Greek driver is able to do it, as we're about a halfway distance in this race now. Hwang Min Nguyen slept every lap of this race here at Misano. As Thunyaton Konkum is trying to get Nido Alcide for P14. Obviously Alcide could have scored good points today, but yeah, I think you win some, you lose some. As Nguyen leads by 2.3 seconds now, so he has built up that gap. He has built up quite a sizable gap there at the top. As Henry J. Brown, the question is Brown pushing? Because if he is, he's just going to use up all his tires behind Brown out there, and that's going to allow Curtis to strike and take that P5 and then have a go at Brownau. But Brownau doing good with defending here from Brownau. Hwang Min Nguyen sets the fastest lap with 1:31.553, as we are now on lap 9 out of 16. As we see everyone head down the start-finish straight into turns 1 and 2. see Henry J. Brown heading on to turn 6. And that little kink on the straight is technically turn 7. And now on to turn 8. I think Brown must be frustrated though behind that wheel, considering that he's been stuck behind Brown now this entire time. Obviously Brownell and Brown. Brown currently on 16 points with Brownell on 14 points. So whoever gets ahead for track position will be ahead in the championship, and currently it is looking to swing in Brownell's favor for P11. As they head through the final corner. There's Horlacher. He's still trying to get Logidelis for P10, but yeah, we know how trains are in the ACOC. You can barely overtake them. So I think Horlacher is going to stay P11 in this race. Henry J. Brown then, as they head down the back straight, or turn 7, and into turn 8, not trying to move yet. He's been stuck behind Brownell, and he really needs to get past here, as that is definitely, I think that is definitely going to break the train a bit. To head through the high-speed corners on to turn 13, I think that is. Yeah, and now that is turn 14. Then they head through the left-hander turn 15, and then the final corner turn 16. Fun fact about the Misano circuit: this circuit was formerly called the Circuito Internazionale Santa Monica. I don't know why it was called that actually, but yeah. Well, the name now, the Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli, pays homage to Marco Simoncelli, a motorcycle racer who was born around the circuit, who tragically passed away in 2011, and yeah, the circuit was renamed to commemorate him, which is pretty nice. As here's Clarkson Vidal then in P13. He's in this train in the lower back of the train. As here's Nicholas Anderson. I thought he was lining up for a move there on Mason Win Cup, but yeah, it looked like he wasn't there. Another fun fact about Misano: the FIM World Sidecar Championships used to race here as well. Now you might be asking, what the hell is sidecars? Think motorcycles, but 2 people sit in them. And it is pretty interesting actually. I think the series is defunct now. I believe it is. Or no, they still continue actually. So yeah, it is actually pretty interesting. Anyways, here is Nicholas Anderson, was still in P9 trying to get past Mason Wincup, but the American has not been able to get past the man in the Mercedes AMG Team Silver File Energy car. As the DTM cars head through the night as we approach lap 30 to 16. Huang Min Nguyen setting yet another fastest lap as it leads by almost 3 seconds now. But yeah, these DTM cars, I must say, they look absolutely spectacular with the headlights on and the rear lights. I think they look really good in the night. And I must say, I mean, yeah, these DTM cars just look good on their own. I mean, I think obviously Class 1 cars are probably, I'd say, aesthetically one of my favorite GT cars because of how good they look. Here's Erkki Nitt, the Estonian in the Mercedes AMG Team Petronas car. Not to be confused with the Formula 1 team, obviously, but yeah, Petronas also sponsor Mercedes in DTM, which is a pretty fun fact. Huang Min Nguyen setting yet another fastest lap, lap 14 of 16. We were on the topic of Mercedes, right? Let's just say they won't be here for next season. Mercedes, unfortunately, are pulling out of DTM for next season, and yeah, that is quite a shame, if I have to say so myself. I do really like the Mercedes cars, especially how they look in DTM, so it's a shame that they won't be on the grid for next year. And I believe Aston Martin will replace them, so we'll have another manufacturer in for 2019, which is going to be pretty interesting. So yeah. We'll see how Aston Martin do in DTM, but yeah, it's a shame that Merc are pulling out. Lap 14-16, then 2 laps left in the race here at the Misano World Circuit. Huang Min Nguyen led every single lap of the race. He leads by 3 seconds from Zedan Kaya in P2. And then it is going to be Abrar Chowdhury who takes his first podium in the ASOC. Who is P3, I believe. Nguyen has a podium to his name, does he? I don't know. Either way, it's going to be a first win for Nguyen in the ACOC as well. So, yeah, a lot of firsts here today. But it's not going to be a first for Horlacher, as he wanted probably a first points. But he looks to be staying P11 in this race then. Same goes for Niro Alcide, who's he just fell down at the start and wasn't able to recuperate. Anderson then in P9 as he is still trying to get Mason Wincup, but yeah, he is not able to. Here's Huang Min Nguyen starting the final lap of this race. as he heads through turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Nguyen in the Mercedes AMG Petronas car, going with the number 2 on his Mercedes DTM car. Obviously, as you can see, it says Gary Paffett there, but that is incorrect. It is Hoàng Minh Nguyen from Vietnam who is gonna take his first victory here in DTM and in the ACOC as a whole, as he is driven actually greatly today, I must say. He had that pole in qualifying provisionally, and then it got taken away from him, and he took it back in the final few moments of qualifying, which was very, very well done from Nguyen. Obviously, we didn't see much of him this season in DTM. I mean, he hasn't really had any standout performances, but I think this is finally the breakthrough performance he wanted in the ACOC. As he heads down the final corner, and Hoàng Minh Nguyen's done everything he needs today, as Hoàng Minh Nguyen is gonna cross the line to win at Misano, and it's a first win for Hoàng Minh Nguyen. Bravo! As that is a spectacular drive from the Vietnamese driver. Zedan Kaya finishes P2 to take back the championship lead, and it's Abra Chowdhury, a first podium for him in the ACOC, as Alois Brown was just able to hold off Henry J. Brown there for P5. So, go through the final classifications then of the Misano round at DTM. So Hoàng Minh Nguyen with a Grand Chelem here at Misano, pole, fastest lap, and every race lap led. He takes the win here today at Misano. Zedan Kaya, who takes P2, taking back the championship lead from Remus McGregor. Albert Chowdhury is P3 with Alois Brown in P4. Henry J. Brown finishes P5 with Aaron Curtis in P6. Another good points performance from the Irishman, with Erik Adelberg in P7. Mason Whitcup is P8 with Nicholas Anderson in P9, as Bironas Lokidelis gets 1 point, P10. Jacopo Horlacher is P11 with Erik Unit in P12, as Clarkson Vidal is P13 with Nilo Alcida P14. Then it is Thunyaton Konkum in P15, former championship leader now, Remus McGregor in P16, as the final 2 cars on the grid were David Cuponk and Noah Clifton. So that is it for DTM at Misano. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a pretty interesting race. Congratulations to Hoàng Minh Nguyen on the victory. He should enjoy that one. So, yeah, that is it for DTM today. We will see you tomorrow as the ACOC returns for Formula 2 at the Autodromo Internacional do Algarve for the Portuguese Grand Prix. So, until then, we will see you, and for now, it